What is up, y'all? It's your boy, Sonic, the Wrestling Reporter Hedgehog, and I am back with another video. Thank you guys so much for those who watched my earlier video about my thoughts on Night 1 of WrestleMania. I appreciate you guys watching that video, and I appreciate everybody watching it. I thank you for that. So today, I was thinking of something. I was thinking of doing a double topic today. Now, if in case you're wondering what a double topic is picking two topics of my choice to talk about. And the first topic that we are going to be talking about is the main event of WrestleMania 36 Night 1. The Boneyard match between The Undertaker and AJ Styles. So, let's begin. Now, WWE fans were perplexed when AJ Styles challenged The Undertaker to a Boneyard match a few weeks ago. But after watching the main event of WrestleMania 36's Night 1, we can only hope we can get more of these in the future. Which different type of matches like the Boneyard match and the Firefly Funhouse match. So WrestleMania 36 took place at the Performance Center, so the show's pre-tape matches did not have any audience. While the crowdless matches on the first night of Mania were solid enough, it was the main event between Styles and The Undertaker that made a lasting impact. A Boneyard match. WWE fans were intently puzzled as to the nature of this stipulation match, but Styles, Taker, and WWE's excellent production team knocked this one out of the park, which I thank you WWE's production team for making this match awesome. Two sweets to you guys. Two sweets to you. Styles vs. Taker ended up being the best match of the show. The setting of the match in an abandoned field with a specific gravesite and tombstone added so much. And WWE did a wonderful job of using The Undertaker's ability to conjure fire and resurrect himself within this match. Taker's powers can work in the wrestling ring, but they take on an added level of effectiveness in a match environment where special effects can work. Which, that was actually amazing. When he lit that fire, I was just like, what just happened? I was like, boy, this match was special beyond measures. The Undertaker showed even the most grimy fans, which can often include me, but not most of the time, that he shouldn't be retiring just yet. He put on an A+ performance, and Styles was similarly exceptional, as this may have been his best showing in a couple of years. Both men sold the hell out of the punishing nature of the match, and everything was laid out perfectly. WWE will have another one of these pre-tape matches occurring outside a ring setting when John Cena faces The Fiend on Night 2 of WrestleMania 36, which by the way is tonight. That match should be just as incredible given how creative Wyatt and Cena are in the extended history of their feud, which dates back to Wyatt's transformative loss at WrestleMania 30. It's awesome that WWE decided to use Taker vs. Styles and Cena vs. Wyatt, which are perfect rivalries for these creative matches, to experiment with bouts that can take in settings beyond the ring and can have different kinds of storytelling. They clearly learned from their mistakes when the Randy Orton vs. Bray Wyatt House of Horrors match post WrestleMania 33. I hope WWE is encouraged by the incredible response to The Undertaker vs. AJ Styles at WrestleMania 36 and takes this opportunity to do more of the same at future shows, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or even other pay-per-views. We get to see another side of Styles in this Boneyard match, and Taker turned back the clock, winning us all over again. Everything about this was done perfectly and played to the strengths of both performers. But there are so many other wrestlers who could benefit from this approach. WWE can create more integrating ways of telling stories after Mania using Styles versus Taker as a blueprint. At this possibility before Mania, if Taker versus Styles and Wyatt versus Cena proved to be successful, it's safe to say the first of the two was a massive success and will be looked back fondly by wrestling fans, and it even leaves open plenty of future questions for both men in 2020. Now, the topic that we are next going to talk about is a topic that I thought I was never going to talk about. We are going to talk about this man right here, The Undertaker. Now, you're probably wondering, like, why are we going to talk about The Undertaker? Here's why. Now, just moments ago, I said that The Undertaker proved that he doesn't have to retire yet. Well, there's been change of plans on this. I didn't actually think it all the way through. I should have done this topic first, so that's on me. But The Undertaker needs to retire following epic Boneyard match, and that's just in my opinion. After an unforgivable Boneyard match against AJ Styles at WrestleMania 36, The Undertaker should retire now, as he'll never have a better exit than this. The first night of WrestleMania 36 is in the books, and it was main evented by an unforgettable Boneyard match between The Undertaker and AJ Styles, while WrestleMania 36 was guaranteed to be an unorthodox. Few would have predicted the way Night 1 would end just a few months ago. Back at WWE Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia on February 27, 2020, The Undertaker was a surprise entrant at the end of a massive gauntlet match and handily defeated AJ Styles without much effort, which was shocking because all he did was chokeslam him and didn't even take out his hat or jacket. That was amazing. Frustrated with this, AJ Styles proceeded to taunt The Undertaker on the March 2nd, 2020 episode of Raw. It didn't take long for the dead man to respond, suddenly appearing at Elimination Chamber 2020 just 6 days later to cost AJ Styles his no disqualification match against Aleister Black. Yet again embarrassed by The Undertaker, AJ Styles wasted no time and came out the very next night to challenge The Undertaker to a match at WrestleMania 36. On paper, it seemed like a dream match. At least it would have been a dream match just 5 short years ago. Today, the match seemed to escalate a mixed reaction from fans who were understandably lost faith in The Undertaker's ability to deliver in the ring like he once could after some disappointing performances in recent years. Of course, when that match was entirely made, most fans were expected WrestleMania 36 to take place in front of tens of thousands of fans inside Raymond James Stadium just one short week after the challenge was made inside. Once that challenge was made, everything changed. Due to the increasing threat of this virus, WWE announced on March 16th that WrestleMania 36 would be moved to the Performance Center and take place without a live audience. 1 week later, AJ Styles revealed that their clash at WrestleMania 36 would now be a Boneyard match. But entirely, no one seemed to have any clue what that meant. Going to the main event of WrestleMania 36, there was a speculation that it would be taking place on a closed set and not at the WWE Performance Center, but no one really knew what to expect. What followed was one of the most unique matches WWE has ever had, and one of the few times that uniqueness translated to a very great match. On social media, the Boneyard match was met with extensive praise from both peers and fans alike. It surely wasn't a favorite for all, but the consensus seemed to be quite positive. I mean, I loved it. The match was just unbelievable. It was the Boneyard match. After watching it, made it to top 5 of my top 5 favorite wrestling matches. And now the Boneyard match is now number 1 on my list. And if anybody asks what's a good Undertaker match I can watch, I'll say, quote, go look up AJ Styles versus The Undertaker Boneyard match, WrestleMania 36. That was the best match ever of the night. It was honestly The Undertaker's best match in years, in an environment that suited him perfectly, even exhibiting his American badass personnel rather than being the dead man. The Undertaker felt completely at home, tearing into Styles in this cinematic graveyard brawl. With such a great performance, it now feels like the perfect career finale for The Undertaker. The unfortunate reality is that the only reason the match worked so well was because of the pre-taped and edited nature of it. Undertaker's stamina isn't at all what it used to be, and he likely wouldn't have delivered the same epic performance during an in-ring clinic against AJ Styles. That's not a knock against him. It's just this situation we found ourselves in. At 55 years old with 33 years of in-ring wear and tear, The Undertaker is not the man he once was. It's guaranteed to feel like an undeniable step down from his Boneyard match with AJ Styles. We should never see The Undertaker compete ever again, because he could never have a more perfect exit from WWE than his motorcycle ride into the darkness after delivering in the main event of WrestleMania 36 against AJ Styles. It's time to call it a career. The Undertaker is no doubt a surefire WWE Hall of Famer, maybe as soon as the class of 2021. This is the exit he's earned. For the sake of his legacy, it's time to go. The Undertaker is a living legend, and he deserves to end things in a moment representative of the greatness he exhibited over the last 3 years. I mean, it would be great if this was The Undertaker's last match, but at the same time, I'm going to miss The Undertaker because The Undertaker was my favorite wrestler of all time. So, it's going to be wondering in the future if The Undertaker retires or not. So thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. Please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for me for more wrestling content on my video and my channel. Until next time, this is Sonic the Wrestling Reporter Hedgehog with one final word to The Undertaker. Thank you, dead man. May you go into the sunset or the darkness like you did last night on your motorcycle. You had a great career. You're my man, Undertaker. Rest in peace. Thank you guys for joining me.